Hi, welcome to Be Unbreakable with Tamara Mack. All right, so if you tuned in last week for our episode, I am so sorry. It ended up being my birthday week. I totally spaced. We were doing parties instead of filming, and you know how that goes. But we are back this week, better than ever. And what we're going to be talking about today is how to train injury-free, or how to stay injury-free while training. I'm going to give you some great tips here in a minute, and hopefully you'll be around the gym and healthy a long, long time. So there are many, many ways that you can be healthy, stay healthy in the gym. And there are to-dos and to-not-dos. But we're going to touch on about 5 points here that you can read more about and learn more about, but are pretty basic and pretty important in healthy training. Number 1, warm up and stretch. Now, I don't know about you, I hate warming up. It's like getting gas or buying a bra. It's just boring. But you got to do it, and it really loosens up and warms up those joints, which is what so many of us have issues with joint pain and such. So you want to get in there before you get into any workout. You never want to go in and flex heavy or lift heavy or anything right off the bat. Always make sure you get warmed up. Maybe come in and some warm-ups, do some quick ones for rotator cuff or any of their joints, some squats, just some high rep, no weight, little weight, just to get the blood pumping. And you know, as far as that goes, the stretching actually can help a lot. People always say there's some controversy, stretch before, stretch after. Just do enough that you've warmed up a little bit and you're feeling pretty good. So those elastic bands in your legs are primed and ready to stretch and snap. Okay, point number 2. This one is about focused reps and proper training technique. This is where it comes in important that maybe you've talked to a trainer, or at least have done a session with one, or a friend who knows what they're doing, mind you. And so you know what you're doing is proper, that you're not extending or overextending or stretching in a way that's putting pressure on muscles that you're not trying to work, or causing undue stress on joints that you don't need to stress. Focused reps also, when you're doing it, you're not going to get fast and sloppy, you don't get loose. You're going to stay tight, take it slow. Maybe if you are working with some injuries or fairly new, a little bit higher reps, lower weight, just till you really get good at that particular movement and you know you're doing it properly. That way you're targeting the muscles that you want to target and you're not causing stress in places that you don't want that could eventually hurt you or cause you to overcompensate in a different way. Okay, so point 3 is a little bit different, and this is basically, if you are injured, learn how to work around that injury. Just because you have a shoulder injury doesn't mean you need to stay home and in bed, unless the doctor's told you to. But you can get out and work your legs and work your core. There's different ways to continue to stay in movement, to keep the blood and circulation pumping. That's going to help you heal overall much more quickly. So those are important things to know if you are injured. Also, how do you strengthen those weak points? And we all have weak points. So it's maybe when you talk to your trainer, when you get going, but also knowing how to do different movements to make sure that you're getting equal movement on those joints. For instance, you can do leg extensions with both legs at once, or you can come in and do them unilaterally. You can work your left leg more because it needs it than your right leg. You can look at different ways that you are stronger or weaker. And of course, we all have those weaknesses. Some of us have body issues that we need to address working out for to help strengthen, especially for women. I get a question, ladies with very big breasts. They get backaches. It's not comfortable. It can be difficult. So one of the things that I always say is strengthen the core. That's going to hold you up and counter the weight that's in the front of your body. So make sure you're doing lower back and back exercises, core exercises, some of the primary ones that address that. Because the more you strengthen the other accessory muscles around there, the less stress it takes off the joints and the back. So there's lots of different ways to approach that. Talk to a trainer, log on to beunbreakable.tamaramack.com. I'm going to have a little bit more about all of these points on the website. All right, point 4, dress up and gear up appropriately. When you go to the gym, dress for it. Don't wear thongs, don't wear sandals, don't wear jeans and things that are not going to allow you the flexibility and the movement that you need. Protect yourself when you're in that gym environment. wear layered, flexible clothing. 2, wear gear that's going to support your body in the movements that you're going to be doing. I always recommend gear for anybody, and especially if you have any chronic issues or joint pain or whatnot. Gear such as knee sleeves or elbow sleeves. Now, Unbreakable Gear is a gear company, so we have lots of it. We swear by it. We have athletes design it for athletes, but it works for anybody because really something like this, which is a knee sleeve, slides over your leg. It protects your knee along the side. It gives you that support you need. It's going to keep the joints warm and fluid. Those are all things that are going to be super important after you've stretched to maintain that, and so you don't start getting stiff right away. Elbow sleeves are another great one if you have tennis elbow, or any of those kind of issues, just to keep them warm if you're bench pressing. I know a lot of people as they get older start having elbow issues, especially if they've been in sports. So those are some nice counter things. If you haven't had pain, prevent it. Wear a belt, please, ladies, men. If you are doing heavy squats and deadlifts and different things, use your belt. This protects the lower back and it keeps you in a better alignment for doing heavier exercises. It's going to help you in the long run. I know raw lifting is really cool and all that, but back in the day it was pretty much all geared lifting, and coaches really had people wearing a lot more of this type of thing to protect them than you see today. But our bodies haven't changed that much over the centuries, and we still need to protect our joints and our tendons and our ligaments by making them stronger, giving them the resources that they need to stay healthy. So gear is going to be an important part of that, and you can find out more about gear and some discounts for you here on Be Unbreakable with TamaraMack.com. And lastly, point 5. Gosh, there's so many more points than this, but today, point 5 really is about nutrition and vitamin supplementation. Eating is so important. What you put in your body, the fuel you put in, is what you get out. So make sure you're not eating things that are going to cause inflammation or stomach problems. And really, if you're eating fried foods and preservatives and those type of things, those tend to be higher inflammatory foods. Your body doesn't like them. Stay away from the white flours and the sugars, and eat the vegetables and the fruits and the meats that your body needs to get those aminos and the vitamins in. Supplement, multivitamins. We are all missing things in our diet. I don't care how good we are. Different ages need different things. Multivitamins can help address that and help you heal quicker, get more rest, and of course that also relates back into staying healthy and not getting injured as well. Water, flushing the body, making sure you are eating properly before and after workouts to refuel your body so you don't ever get too depleted. So lots of different things to think about, and there's all kinds of theories about it, but just some basic, be smart in what you put in your mouth. What you put in is what you get out. So check out Be Unbreakable with TamaraMack.com, and I give you a lot of lists and some good suggestions what might work for you. Okay, so the quote of the week, and it's very apropos for what we've been talking about, is earn your pain. And this is something I believe wholeheartedly, and it pertains to every single one of you, because I know you all know somebody, if not yourself, that has aches and pains. And the older we get, the more aches and pains there are. But what I'm always perplexed by is the number of people that tell me, I got bad knees, I got a bad back, I got this problem, that problem. They've never worked out or done sports a day in their life. And I want to say, well, that's why. But, obviously I don't. But in any event, these are things that we are all going to have to deal with. If you start to strengthen your body now, beginning at any age, at 50, at 60, at 20, whatever, you are helping build basically a skeleton and a base that's going to get you through life a lot more pleasantly than one that doesn't have the muscle tone, the flexibility, and the aerobic capacity that somebody who's in the gym will have. So get in the gym now if you haven't done it yet. If you used to do it and you're scared to do it, start back slow. Ask for help. Talk to a trainer. Get back in and get the body parts moving. If you're scared to death of your knees, work around your knees so you start feeling more confident. Then build the tissue around the knees. You will thank me in the end. But always ask for guidance. None of us know everything, and you can talk to some people, certainly what's worked for them. And of course, log on to Be Unbreakable with TamaraMack.com. I'm going to put some lists on there, some contacts, and hopefully I'll give you some good information to get you back pumping iron. Now, in the meantime, I hope you all stay unbreakable. Well, thanks for visiting with me this week. I know it was quick, You can read a lot more about it online, but definitely check out our show next week. We're going to be talking about some new topics. I'm not going to tell you yet, but I will be advertising it. And send in those notes and letters. I will address what I can and answer any of those questions for you guys. But there's lots of great things ahead. We got a great season ahead. So many contest shows and just activities going on that I think you guys will enjoy hearing about, maybe learning a little something. So definitely tune back in with us next Wednesday on Be Unbreakable with Tamara Mack.